What's happening, guys? It's your boy TC back with another video. So just a quick preview in terms of the game that's coming up tomorrow. We obviously face Newcastle in the Premier League, so I hadn't had a chance to put out a video. But of course, the Premier League, we're just going through the motions. There's no hope of us actually qualifying for the Champions League for the Premier League. Of course, Chelsea, we can still catch up with Chelsea. They are 6 points ahead of us as we speak, purely because they have won their game this afternoon. It's a very, very difficult game for them as far as I could tell, but of course we are now lying 6 points behind them with a game in hand. So of course, if we do win against Newcastle, we will certainly be closing the gap to 3 points for the 5th position in the Premier League. Of course, the draw for the Europa League has also taken place, so we'll be discussing that shortly. But the main reason for making this particular video this afternoon will be in regards to the fixture that is coming up tomorrow. So I'm expecting Wenger to certainly rest some of the key players. Of course, we have a very tight fixture coming up soon, and that will be against Atletico Madrid. And as it turns out, the draw has gone how I've anticipated and how I wanted it to go, really. I do have a feeling we're in good enough form within the actual competition itself in order for us to take on Atletico Madrid at this particular point. I do believe we will go ahead and beat them, but I'm anticipating a weakened team that will be playing against Newcastle. So in goal, of course, Petr Cech will resume his duties as far as I'm aware, or as far as I'd like to see. At right back, we may see Chambers coming into the team. Mustafi may continue, as well as Holding may certainly come into the team as well. At left back, we may see Kolasinac, who's certainly dropped into the secondary team. Not too sure what's taking place. Of course, Nacho Monreal went through a phase where he was in absolutely fantastic form. He has picked up a few injuries between, here and there. But, of course, at the start of the season, Kolasinac was the key starting left back. At that point, we were still playing 5 at the back with the 3 defenders, the 3 central defenders, and Nacho Monreal was certainly one of those central defenders. But he has certainly dropped out. So I'm assuming we will certainly see him coming in the middle of the park. El Neni may continue his duties depending on how Xhaka is feeling, but Xhaka should get reinstated into the first team in the Europa League. But I'm assuming El Neni will resume. Jack may continue as well, but he has certainly dropped in form recently. But I'd like to see him get a few games here and there. There's still the matter of his actual contract that needs to be signed. He still hasn't signed a contract, so that's another matter we will need to discuss. As it stands, I've been reading commentary from certain pundits and other football journalists in regards to Jack Wilshere, and a lot of people seem to think that he doesn't score enough goals for him to get the offer that he deserves, or the offer that he is looking for from another team. So a lot of people, a lot of journalists within the media do believe that Jack won't be getting the contract he's looking for, even at another team. But I do believe is vital for a team, really. Any team that he becomes part of, he will certainly be a vital figure. Within the Arsenal team, we did see glimpses of what he can do during the season. He's been absolutely fantastic in my opinion overall, even though his form has certainly dipped recently, but overall he's been absolutely fantastic for me. Up top, Iwobi will be coming in, I'd like to assume. Aubameyang will return since he's obviously cup tied, so that's good news for us. And I'd like to see Reece Nelson get another run out up top. So it will certainly be a weakened team in my opinion, but again, these kind of players will certainly be able to do the job. If you've got Aubameyang up top, he will certainly be able to get you a goal. Give him some space, he's going to go and score the goal. So let's talk about the Europa League draw that took place yesterday, really. Today's Saturday, so it took place yesterday. And we ended up getting Atletico Madrid, and that's what I wanted personally. It will certainly test us in terms of how or what Atletico Madrid are as a team. It will certainly test us going forward. We have made it to the semi-finals, first semi-finals in a European competition since 2009, so I am pleased with that. I'm also pleased with the performance the team put in against CSKA Moscow. Of course, we ended up getting a draw, but it was a hard-fought draw, very difficult draw. We were playing away from home, playing with a patched-up team as well. That's obviously not our full-strength team, and by patched up, I mean at that point when we got into the second half, Jack Wilshere and Aaron Ramsey were both patched up. Aaron Ramsey had some stitches at the back of his calf. Jack Wilshere didn't seem fit enough. Just before the second half, just before the end of the first half, he was sort of hobbling. His ankle had given in, and I was fearing the worst, of course, but he ended up continuing. But roughly around the 60th minute or so, he ended up coming off. But in terms of the draw, Atletico Madrid are a very, very good team. We all know that. And they've in recent years, have reached Champions League finals, etc. They are also lying second within the league in the La Liga, as well as the fact that they are 11 points behind Real Madrid. So they won't be winning the league as it stands, but they are second in line in Spain, which says a lot, really. Diego Simeone is a great, fantastic manager, known for not conceding goals. Atletico Madrid do not concede goals. So what we need to do essentially is sharpen up our attack once we go there, and once they visit us. We need to sharpen up our attack, sharpen up our defense. Those are the two crucial things that we need to work on. The battle, I believe, can be won in midfield. If our midfield performs as it did at CSKA Moscow, it wasn't great, but if you can build on that, then we should expect some sort of result. And the key thing for me moving forward with Atletico Madrid will not be conceding at home within this particular tie. If we can keep a clean sheet at home, to just restrict them to no goals throughout the whole match, even if we play dirty, I don't really mind. We will certainly end up getting the expected result, but I was certainly calling for this fixture. The sooner we get them out of the way, I do believe if we get them out of the way now, I do believe we'll go ahead and win the competition, and we'll find ourselves back into the Champions League. So what do you guys think of the draw? What do you think of our chances against Newcastle tomorrow? I do believe we'll end up beating Newcastle. They actually won hard. It was a hard-fought victory last week against Leicester City. They looked fairly good, fairly disciplined, well drilled. So I will say it'll be a 2-1 win to the Arsenal against Newcastle. And as usual, guys, please do let me know what you think in the comments below. If you're watching this video and you're not subscribed to the channel, please do make sure that you do hit that subscribe button. So once again, guys, it's your boy TC from I'm Gonna Talk TV.